Hi, I'm Pam, and today I'm talking about my unpopular gaming opinions. So there's this thing that's been going on Twitter recently where people are posting, like this tweet, and I'll share one unpopular gaming opinion with you. And I thought, why wait for people to like a tweet? I can just share my unpopular opinions with you unbidden. So here are 10 unpopular opinions that I have about video games. The Xbox One is the best console of this generation. Now, this isn't backed up by sales figures, exclusives, or even performance, depending on what specific version of the console you look at. But that is why this is called unpopular opinions and not unpopular facts. I've just really liked the Xbox over the PlayStation 4. I admit the PlayStation 4 has some great exclusives, but I've also liked a lot of them on the Xbox. I really liked Sunset Overdrive. I'm a sucker for Dead Rising, and they've got some really great indie stuff like Ori and the Blind Forest, which is honestly one of the best games that I've played in the last few years. In addition to the actual games, I really like the Xbox controller a lot more than anything else out there. The regular Xbox controller is superior to the DualShock 4, and the Xbox One Elite controller is superior to pretty much everything. In addition to this, I really like the format and the interface more. I also like the store. I like that I don't have to use a wallet or anything to buy my games. And I do like achievements, and I find the achievement system on Xbox highly superior to the trophy system on PlayStation. And then as far as Nintendo, I don't even want to go there because they don't make proper controllers. So that is my first unpopular opinion. I hate video game shopping. So this is probably one that's more out there, especially in the retro community where collecting is a big thing, but I don't like shopping for video games. I do go to a lot of conventions and I like to see people there, but I don't like rummaging, I don't like haggling. If I want a video game, I want to walk into a store where everything is neat and alphabetically organized and pick off the game off the shelf that I know I want in advance, or even better, order it off the internet where I never have to leave my house or interact with anyone. I don't understand a lot of what's popular in video game entertainment now. I guess this is sort of a curmudgeon-y thing like the last point, but there's a lot of things. Let's plays, box openings, what are those called? Unboxings. Honestly, why do you want to watch someone open a box on camera? I don't understand. So those, the Let's Plays, streaming, pickup videos, let's even go further into this, into the whole like merchandise around gaming, the Funkos and the toys and the plushies. I don't understand any of it. If it's your thing, if you like toys, if you like watching Let's Plays, if you like making Let's Plays, and actually Let's Plays can be fun to make. I had a lot of fun making Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, but would I ever watch it? No, I wouldn't. JRPGs aren't real role-playing games. So this is something I actually made a video about a while ago, but JRPGs, though I love many of them and would count them among my favorite games, don't really let you play a role. They don't have that initial like pen and paper D&D thing that makes role-playing. So, most JRPGs, they lack character creation, so you have no sense of ownership over your characters. They lack a lot of player choice, so you can't really drive the story in any way or see different things or handle things different ways based on your character. They just don't feel like role-playing games to me. The thing I used in my video was Final Fantasy VII as an example. Like, Cloud is the same Cloud no matter what you do. You can put his different materia in his weapon slots, but that's basically it. Even in terms of weapon customization, there's almost none of that because almost every single weapon is just a direct, clear upgrade from the last one. So there's really no player choice, narratively for sure, and even mechanically. JRPGs don't offer that choice, don't offer that real development of a role and playing a character. So, yeah, I don't think JRPGs are really role-playing games. Adventure gaming never really died. So this is one of the things I've had a bee in my bonnet about for a while, and I've just heard so many times, adventure games died, adventure games are gone, adventure games are back, as if like they had just disappeared before. And when people say adventure games died, actually what they mean, I think, is that Sierra and LucasArts, who were the two big adventure game developers, stopped making adventure games. While Sierra and LucasArts stopped making the typical adventure game that people had come to know and love around 1995 or 96, with things like Full Throttle and Torrens Passage being the last of the bunch, they did still dabble in the 3D adventures up until 2000 with things like Grim Fandango, Gabriel Knight 3, and King's Quest Mask of Eternity. However, even though those two companies had stopped making adventure games, there were other people picking up the mantle. The Broken Sword series, which is a great series of 2D point-and-clicks, ran from 1996 till 2013. The Blackwell series, which is a little less well-known because it's by an indie developer, Wadgetai, ran from 2006 to 2014, and there are also a lot of great adventure games they've made outside of that series. There are things like The Longest Journey. There were a bunch of mystery games, which I admit could be hit and miss, but, you know, Nancy Drew, Sherlock, Agatha Christie games, all adventures. And then Telltale started their episodic adventure games in 2005. So, even if they were maybe less popular and, you know, the big dogs in adventure game making weren't really around, I don't think adventure gaming ever really died. And talking like it's made a comeback, like it was just absent for 10 years, kind of bothers me because it ignores all of the really good adventure games that have taken place between that like 2000 and 2010 period. Speaking of adventure games, Quest for Glory is the best of the Quest series. King's Quest is sort of the most popular one that gets talked about the most. There's Space Quest, there's Police Quest. Quest for Glory, which started out as Heroes Quest and then changed names as it went through, I think is the best of all of the bunch. It is sort of a combination between adventure and RPG, but I just think it's great. You go through different areas of the world, or areas based on different areas of the world in each game. You get to choose what kind of character you want to play, which impacts how you handle the puzzles in the games. There's some fun combat, and overall, I wish those Quest for Glory series would get a little more attention, because seriously, I think they're a lot better than King's Quest, which ends up being convoluted and leading you down paths which will just kill you. Blizzard makes games that are addicting first and fun second. So I know Blizzard makes online multiplayer games that everyone loves and plays, but as an avid Blizzard game player and a person who played WoW for 9 years, during much of that time, I wasn't actually having fun. I do think Blizzard goes for the addiction quality before they go for the fun quality. And I know their games are very, very polished, and they look pretty, and they have characters that everyone likes to latch onto, but, you know, MMOs in general, I think, get you with their collections and their achievements and their social responsibilities that they impose upon you. Other games like Hearthstone with buying packs, Heroes of the Storm and Overwatch getting you with those loot boxes and coming out with new skins for your favorite characters. Oh, they're so cute, I should buy them. It's like not any better than your typical free-to-play mobile game that people hate, where you're expected to pay money to play. Blizzard, you know, they're good games, but they're also super addicting. And every time I waste 4 hours playing Overwatch, I think, oh, there's so many things I could have done. There's so many other games I could have played. And then just the fact that they never ever end and you can never ever beat them means that you just play them forever until you die. shorter is better. Coming off this Blizzard topic, complaining about games that never end, I love short games. I know people want to get their money's worth when they get games, and some people want, 300 hours of gameplay and a million side quests and replayability. But for me, a concise, well-told story, focused gameplay is generally superior to just games that are big. I like short games, like the sort of 6 to 10 hour mark. That's sort of the sweet spot for me, depending on what the game is. I don't want to play any more 40-hour RPGs. I really don't. I still do. And then I look back on that time and go, why did you spend that 80 hours playing this one game when most of it was just like bullshit collection quests and things? And I go, I don't know, Pam. Why did I? I just wanted to give it up to short games, games that are concise, games that feel like there was an editor on them saying, you can cut this out. This doesn't really add anything. So, short games. The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2 are better than The Witcher 3. Now I know everyone loves The Witcher 3, it won all the Game of the Year awards and has great side quests and it's beautiful, but I just don't like it as much as I liked the first two games in the series. The Witcher 1 is a great classic isometric computer role-playing game, which is my jam. There's a lot to do. The side quests and the writing there, I think, are just as strong as they are in The Witcher 3, but it's in a more concise, directed package, and you get to have sex with lots of ladies. In The Witcher 2, it goes more into the action RPG space, but it's got a whole second act that's completely different based on a decision you make. So you can play the game twice, make one decision, you go and see what these people are doing, make another decision, you go see what these people are doing. It's a completely different experience. And The Witcher 3 is big. Like, it's just big. That's the thing that comes to mind first. There's the Bloody Baron and the tree and sacrificing the horse, and that's fantastic. But after I think of that, I just think of how big it is and how much shit there is on the map. All the bandit camps and monster nests and treasures and just like all this stuff diluting what is actually a good story and great side quests and great characters, but just like with all this extra. I would love if The Witcher went back more to its roots, which I don't think is ever going to happen, but that's my opinion on that. Dragon Age 2 is the best Dragon Age. Dragon Age 2 gets a bit of a bad reputation, and it feels like it's almost entirely based on the fact that environments are repeated. And while that is annoying, it would be nice if they had new environments for every area you went in, it's also not that big of a deal. In terms of the Dragon Age games, I think this one tells the best story, it has the best characters, it really tells the story of a place through the years, and you can see how it changes and how your actions are affecting it. The characters are great, and one of the things that I really love is that all of your companions have lives outside of what you're doing. Most RPGs, you go on your quest with your friends, and their lives are completely about you and that quest. Whereas in Dragon Age 2, everyone has their own home, you can visit them there, you can find out what's going on with them. They feel like they're actually real people rather than just NPCs that you occasionally exchange dialogue with. Hawke is one of the best protagonists. It's a definite improvement from the oddly silent protagonist in Dragon Age Origins. The combat is better, it's definitely less slow and less clunky, so I think Dragon Age 2 is the best Dragon Age. You can fight me. Alright, so those are my 10 unpopular gaming opinions. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to share some of your unpopular opinions in the comments, or if you disagree with me, which I'm sure a lot of people will, you can comment on that as well. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.